Generic greetings! This video is already out of date, and the reason I say that is because of the speed at which things move in the political world, at least here in the UK at least. The last couple of months have been quite eventful, I'm gonna say. I'll use that term over any other things, such as, oh my god, what the hell's going on? Arg! Because that's just not constructive. But Democracy 3, anyway, is essentially a simulation game about politics and democracy, and it's something I've featured several times on the channel, but it's always been a little bit off because it's based on the ideal political model, one that's based on facts, statistics, numbers, things like that. However, we don't really live in a fact or statistic-driven society. It's more really about what drum you bang, who bangs it, and how hard they hit it, and as recent events have shown, it can change a lot of things. And the thing is, it would be really disingenuous for me to say that, yeah, there's not that involved. In fact, like I say, it's very much about that. And Democracy is not really covered that much. But with the latest DLC, which is Electioneering, you've got things like political stunts and maneuvers and people's confidence in your strong leadership. You've also got fundraisers and activists and things like that, so it brings it more in line to what we have in real life. Let's just go to a new game. I'm going to show you a little bit of what plays the United Kingdom, and hopefully we won't be assassinated. Or, by the way, today's beverage is a nice cup of Lady Grey. Our opposition is the People's Party, and because we can, we're going to be the generic party. There we go. Political apathy, standard, all this is standard. You can put compulsory voting on, but I guess if you have compulsory voting, is there an option to have a test, surely if you're forcing everybody to vote, they would have to have a minimum political intelligence. But to be fair, that's never stopped anyone before, and I would probably fail that as well, so maybe it's for the best. So, if you've never played this game before, the idea is you've just been put in charge of a country. In this case, we are now the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, and we've got a certain number of turns. I think it's 12 turns in total? 16 turns in total, before we go for more voting, and hopefully we'll be re-elected. If you want to win the game, then it's not really about that, but at the end of the day, if you want to win it, then if you're having fun by just winning it, if you want to see that as the end goal, then by all means, don't let me stop you. It's your game, no harm, no foul. Don't let anyone tell you different. As long as you're having fun, it's okay. If you want to win, then you get re-elected. That's how you win. But if you want to sort of play it, I guess how it's supposed to be played, it's more about the journey, not the destination, and it's about simulating the entire country as you go on and you move things like, say, road building, and you build more or don't build as much, and see how that affects the overall country. You've got a certain number of political capital. You've also got funds, which is always a problem because I end up either going bankrupt or being assassinated. Generally, it's the it's the latter rather than the former. You've also got problems as well, such things like vigilante mobs and uncompetitive economy, homelessness, technology backwater, things like that. What's this? Is that a strike? Doctor's strike. Oh, that actually wasn't in the game the last time I played it. That must be a new thing. So, I wonder if there's a Brexit one. I wonder if there's one that's like a Brexit. Nah, there won't be, because that would just feed into things like uncompetitive economy or civil unrest and things like that. By the way, I'm not going to go on about Brexit a lot, because if I did, we would end up driving an 18-wheeler down Rant and Ramble Road and hit every stone along the way. The video would just be reduced to me pretty much ranting on. I mean, it's just the amount of BS that was flung all across the way, basically for the sake of a political stunt. All this crap is caused, and what really irks me is the fact that we're all sort of getting along in a nice communal garden, and then an artificial fence was flung up down the middle, and we had to pick a side. And after we flung stones and sticks and shit at each other, now the fence has come down and we're all supposed to be, everything is just completely fine. Well, the pool's full of shit, the greenhouse is broken, and now everybody sort of hates each other a little bit more. So yeah, that didn't exactly go as planned, did it? But whatever, we'll see how things go on. It's not as if we have any more choice in the matter, not that you could argue that we had much choice in the first place. But anyway, let's just crack on. So we've got street gangs that we need to deal with. We've got loads of stuff that we need to deal with. We've also got climate change, which is a big problem in the game as well. If you pretty much just go for a massive oil-driven economy, then you can actually win that way, but you just need to put loads of money in into climate change funding and stuff. What we need to do is reduce things like uncompetitive economy. We need to get all these minuses down, so things like alcohol abuse and stuff like that. What I'll do first is I will start taxing. It's not... Actually, no, what we'll do, I'll start introducing some of the things that I think are pretty much like a stock... I have pretty much a stock first couple of turns. So, for example, things like... things like telecommuting initiative. I always put that in at max level because it reduces commuters and car usage. That's fine. It means you can work from home. Yeah, that's all cool. We've also go for things like plastic bag tax and just max it out because whatever, it doesn't really matter. It gives you a bit of money, a bit of income, and I know a lot of people when the 5p charge for plastic bags in the UK came out, a lot of people said, oh, well, I'll bring my own bag, won't I? Well, yeah, that was sort of the point in the first place, mate. We'll go for economy. I think we'll go for where is it? I think it's smart meter's good. National Business Council is good because it really increases GDP and capitalists like you. The problem is it's essentially you going out there and saying, well, actually, this is good because you're sort of standing up for businesses and things like that. In the short term, welfare fraud department as well. Nothing wrong with welfare, just fraud. No, fraud's a different story entirely, different matter entirely. Small business grants, that's generally a good thing because it really knocks that up as well. Smart meter program as well. Knock that up. That increases energy efficiency, which is overall a good thing, and it doesn't cost you a great deal to do. Science funding we will max out, which really reduces our technology backwater. It does cost a lot of money though, as you can see. It costs us 6 up to 19 grand, but I really think that's worth it. And then we will end the turn there. So debt protection law, we can either limit debt collection activity or allow them to operate. The greatest thing that this game's done is it presents two sides of an argument. So it says, actually, you can limit the activity and say, well, actually, they're preying on the weakest and poorest of society and tricking them into borrowing lots of money and they don't really have a choice in some cases. Or you can say, well, actually, nobody forces them to operate and they can do it, they do whatever they want, and it's sort of nanny state if you ban it and stuff. I mean, I'm going to say limit the activity because yeah, why not? Like I say, you can actually role play the game, and that's generally how I actually play it. I go, right, do I want to? I pick a level on the D&D alignment chart, so true neutral, or lawful good, true evil, whatever, neutral evil, and just go all full left, full right, whatever you want to class it as, and go that way and see how it goes, because it's always fun watching the simulation unfold. So anyway. We've got a bit more political capital. The new things that have been introduced, you've got electioneering here. So you've got activists and stuff with turnout and stuff. We don't really see that at the moment. Manifestos, which are certain pledges which affect the next term if you actually get in. Speeches, same sort of thing. You make speeches and it makes the overall voter blocks increase or decrease depending on which one you're doing. You've got fundraising, which you can see you've got the opponent and myself. So I want to make sure I've got enough funds because then it will get the word out and things like that, and it means that people will vote for my party, and as such we get in. I know a lot of people say, well, there's always two sides to the argument of, oh, well, who are you actually voting for? A lot of people say, oh, well, technically you're voting for your MP, which is then obviously for X party, which then we'll get the PM based on that. But that is a bit disingenuous. It's more like actually you're voting for that guy at the top. I mean, that's generally how a lot of people seem to look at it. But anyway, perceptions as well. Now this is a really good thing. You've got things like trustworthy, strong leader, and compassionate. So what they think of like us personally. So you can do like media stunts, for example. You can say, actually, we'll release our tax return, 75% chance of it going wrong, and then our trustworthiness will go up. There you go. That's good. Or things like media stunts, strong leader, so we can drive a tank. I like the picture. So we have perfect photo opportunity of driving a tank. We'll launch the event, 6 political capital, chance of success, 85% chance, and it worked out, so you can see our strong leader will then improve. There we go. And you can do things like that as you progress on. And a lot of the things that you bring in, so for example, I don't know, disability benefit, winter fuel, subsidy, things like that. All of this can feed into that. Let's go for, I think what we'll do is, I do want to knock up things like tobacco tax, but it's going to cost a lot of money to do that. We'll put alcohol, it's only 19%, we'll put it to 40%, and that will increase a couple of things. It will increase general strike, yeah. Prohibition has begun. We don't like it. Stop and search policy. So we can either introduce powers to stop and search people, or we can say leave unchanged. I'm going to introduce those powers because we've got a lot of problem with street gangs and such. So I think that might help out. Poverty has increased, GDP's gone down, and you can see the general strike has gone up as well because of poor earnings and such. So we need to hopefully reduce that. And I think one of the ways of doing that, which is not a great idea, but you put import tariffs in, and it massively reduces international trade and the uncompetitive economy. But it does, like say, well, the uncompetitive economy does go down. And I think what we'll do is we'll bring it. We're not going to have. We'll have it low. We'll have it to about there. All right, about there, just so we get a little bit of income, half a billion. That should hopefully help out with a couple of these things. Recycling, we're going to max out because I think that's just generally a good idea. And what else? Childcare provision, consumer rights. There's loads of things we can do. Small business grants are going to cost us money, but you do get a lot of people working in terms of small businesses and such. We also can put, I think it's in tax, I think we're going to go for punitive tax on superstores. So the self-employed go up, GDP will decrease. Capitalists won't like us, but I think it's useful. I think we'll put it on about 20%. There we go. When you introduce them, by the way, you don't really have to pay, or you don't have to pay to increase or decrease the sliders. We'll go to next, and then superheroes being spotted, which is good. Crime and violent crime go down. Credit rating has been downgraded. Crime's gone down, and unemployment sadly has gone up. Why has that gone up? I don't know why that's gone up. It's strange. What we're going to do, we're going to go to, I think, state schooling, and we'll say student laptops, everybody, so you can see the increased poor socialist education. That all goes up. State employees. Pretty much everything goes up, and private schools go right down. You can actually cancel it as well, which is an interesting one, so you can just private. Right, you've also got creationism versus evolution as well, which I don't really want to... Well, I want to alter, but I can't do at the moment. What else have we got? Youth Politics Council. If any democracy, it is our utmost part to teach our kids how politics work and what can be achieved through it by establishing a youth council. That would be quite good. And we'll put it to about there. And this, when this was introduced, I think it was like the last DLC, it didn't really do a great deal. It did. It increased your the youth like voters and stuff, but that then feeds into these like perceptions and stuff, which is really cool as well. Strong leader's gone right down, which I don't like. Let's go for trustworthy. We can put another political event, televised cabinet meeting, which is on 81% chance to work, and there you go. We are now more trustworthy. Excellent. And then we'll end the turn there. Doctor's strike is now situation is at an end. Excellent. They return to work. Curb banking bonuses. We can restrict them or we can do nothing. I am going to do nothing at the moment. Doesn't mean I can't change that later on. Health has gone up. Crime has gone up, sadly, which I don't know why. Oh, but it's gone up in relation to this, though, so that's not a big problem. What we'll do, we'll go for community policing and we'll knock that right up, and that really reduces alcohol abuse and street gangs, which is good. We do need to, ghettos are going down slightly, street gangs are going up, organised crime is staying where it is, alcohol abuse is going down because obviously we're taxing it a bit more, ghettos slowly going down, asthma is slowly going down, homelessness has gone up sadly, the general strike's going up. We need to increase poor earnings, and the way to do that is probably increase wages, and I think it's going to be something like we're going to have to start probably saying economy, small business grants, and we'll max it out. So self-employed goes up, GDP goes up, things like that. So people can start small businesses. It's going to cost us, and our deficit is actually quite high. So I'm probably either going to get shot or go bankrupt, but at least I'm aware of this as I'm going in. There's rent controls as well, which capitalists really do hate. National Armed Forces Week. That's pretty cool. Look at that. 100% popularity with voters as well. So if we implement that, strong leader goes up, Patriot memberships go up. We'll max it out. It's going to cost us $500 million, but, you know, people are like that. And then we'll end the turn. So you do end up getting this thing where now you're not just... it is more like sort of very personal to like yourself as you're going. You're not like you are running the country, but also you're thinking about your like overall like standing with the populace and things like that. So it is more like real life as well. Credit rating has been downgraded, which is not good. Economic forecast is really bad. Look at the interest rate is going up. GDP is in the tank. Expenditure in debt is going up as well. So that is not great at all. We need to get this general strike over with. Technology backward is going right down. This is good. Uncompetitive economy is about to end, which should be good as well. What else? Ban second home ownership, synthetic meat research grants, compulsory work for the unemployed, rent controls. We need to sort this. Technology grants would be good. Home fabrication grants. There's a lot of stuff that's been introduced in like the other DLCs and stuff. Pay CEO cap multiplier. So you end up tax like you have a multiplier based on what you actually based on what the you pay the like the basic wages of the company. Then I think you can only have a certain pay based on like let's say 20 times that, 30 times that, whatever. Business startup campaign to hopefully start new business and stuff. Again, self-employed will go up, things like that. What else do we want to do? Diversity quotas for companies. That's, I don't know. It's always on the fence with that one. Quotas for companies, because it really shouldn't matter at all what, like race, colour, creed, whatever that you are. There shouldn't be quotas, because that's sort of, you could say that's positive discrimination. But in order to get to where we need to be, is the quota useful? Well, many people would argue for and against. I just don't know. Labour Day bank holiday. Make Labour Day official bank holiday, thus reminding citizens it's not all about money in life. Certainly help would increase happiness in the working class, and everybody who wants to have a good time will have a straight negative impact on the economy because of a wasted day. I'm going to put that in, why not? And we'll say max it out. Oh, GDP totally hits the tank. Actually, we'll cancel that policy. We don't really want to bring that in. Let's do another stunt because we can. In terms of our compassionate, let's do a media stunt. We'll say visit a care home and talk to the elderly. And, oh, it didn't work. It didn't work. We've headbutted a granny. That's not worked out at all. No. Okay, close. Right, sorry. Next. Okay, we'll just skip over that. Media backlash. Oh, God. It's all gone wrong. Everybody, 0.22 has gone down. Uncompetitive economy is now at an end, which should hopefully be quite good. Popularity is going up. This is good. Economy. How can we do this? Actually, we'll go for transport. Biofuel subsidies, bus subsidies, car emission limits, clean fuel subsidy, free bus passes. That'll be quite good, actually, because that bus usage goes up and poor earnings increase as well. We'll keep it at medium, but it's going to cost. Look at our deficit. It's massive. Tax. Junk food tax, we're going to bring that in. I know a lot of people are not going to like that, and we'll bring it up to, we'll just say 15%. Why not? And then we'll end the turn. So credit rating downgraded, economic forecast is bleak, interest rate is going sky high. Yeah, we're going to end up in a debt crisis here, and debt is going up, but and global economy is going down as well. Yeah, I'm totally ballsing this up. Uncompetitive economy, technology backward is going down. General strike is still going up. Homelessness is slowly going down. Ghettos are slowly going down. Alcohol abuse is slowly going down. Organised crime hasn't really been touched. What really reduces that? Intelligence services. Let's max that out. Although we might not like it, but I need to get rid of that. Street gangs are slowly going down. Asthma is almost at the stop trigger. So we are getting there. We are heading towards the right way. We're just not there just yet. And I think by the time we get there, everything will be bankrupt. Public libraries, technology colleges. What does that? Education equality and retired goes up. That should hopefully sort out things like the not uncompetitive economy, the wages and stuff. But we'll see. That might feed into it. Appoint a UN ambassador. Kathy Rogers. Isn't she? I'm sure Kathy Rogers was the first presenter on Scrap Heap Challenge with Robert Llewellyn. Or Herman Patterson. So Kathy Rogers, well known as a patriot who fight tooth and claw to get our interests representing the UN. Popular choice upon patriotic and more conservative citizens, historically against foreign aid and supporter of the import tariffs. Or someone who is more compassionate and understanding. Since my overall compassion is quite high, I think we'll go for that one. Or is it? No, because we did hit someone, didn't we? Okay. Strong leader. We need to do another media stunt. Oh, good grief. So we'll go for land on an aircraft carrier. We'll try it, and it worked out. We've landed on an aircraft carrier. Don't worry, we can hardly afford to fuel the aircraft carrier, but we've landed on it. What else? Technology grants. Foreign investor tax breaks. There's loads of stuff we can actually put in. Hybrid cars initiative. Micro-generational grants. We'll put that in and max it out. Environment goes up, CO2 emissions go down, and fuel efficiency is also increased, and environmentalists like us as well. We should end the asthma now. No, we haven't. Looks like a message from one of our ministers, Tommy Morgan, currently working as your foreign aid minister, is displeased with current policy. We've also won an aerospace contract, which is good. Unemployment's gone down, and crime has gone down. Credit rated has been downgraded because, as you can see, debt is now almost increasing over expenditure. General strikes going up. We really need to reduce that. How can I do that? How can I reduce that? Poor earnings help bring that down. And poverty helps bring that down as well. Poor earnings is going up. I guess it would be things like state housing. But again, expenditure. Look at the deficit. I've tanked the entire economy. That's just a great shame. This asthma should end soon. In terms of tax, public tax returns, enterprise investment scheme. Self-employed goes up, GDP goes up, but again, it's going to cost us 2 billion. High earnings also goes up as well. But, yeah, we'll see what we can do. Free eye test should help as well. That should really reduce, that should really help the poor and retired and such, and health goes up as well. And the turn. As the epidemic has ended, Doctor Strike has developed and a new crisis. We've got debt crisis. Yep, I've tanked it. GM food proposal will allow that, why not? And essentially, I have broken it. We are pretty much not going to recover from this as far as I'm aware. The only thing I can possibly do is things like, I don't know, for example, where is it? Like, state pensions. I can pretty much take that to there. But no, we can't. It takes 26 to do that. I'm going to end the turn. Okay, so whistleblower. We will reform service, blah, blah, blah. Right. I don't want to do this, but I want to actually see what happens. We'll see what happens if I just say like this, for example. That's welfare fraud. Where is it? It moves around. There. Well, for state pensions, we'll say back to the bottom. There we go. And, that should really reduce our deficit, but it's not going to help. I really don't think it's going to help. There's a capitalist plot, which is not good. Poverty has gone up, which is very, very bad. GDP, oh god, is in the tank. Debt is going up. Debt crisis, yes, yes, yes. There's the debt crisis. Oh no, it's curved off, or maybe we've just reached the top of the chart. I don't really know. Our deficit is still massive. That's because of the interest rate. And we need loads and loads of people to come along and make some weird, not a law, but find some loophole, and that should hopefully work out. No, it's not going to happen, is it? It's not going to happen. Biofuel subsidy is going to cost us $1 billion, but then we will, oil demand will go right down, and a lot of people will really like us. Why not? We might as well go for the likes now, because we're not going to go for a good country. You can see there, look, we've got members and we've got donors. So the farmers, actually, we're not doing too bad when it comes to our top donors. This guy here, generosity is high and happiness is high. This person here, their happiness is actually no, we're doing pretty bad. Retired, oh yeah, that's why their happiness is right down, of course. You can see we've actually got we got some donors. I've got a lot of donors and not many members. So essentially, I'm not going to get back in. Even if I actually reach there, I don't think we will. Let's pull under the media stunt, because why not? We'll go for a compassionate, and we'll say help at a food bank. And it worked out. There we go. We're more compassionate. It's not going to help that we've, because the economy's in the tank. Failed assassination attempt, apparently. Ooh. That's bad. Vigilante mobs now an end. Campaign speeches are here. Right, so this is a cool one. What you do is you pick, like... you pick different sound bites. So you say this one here, blah, 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 and that increases your environmentalist. And then you can make another one for, say, for example, conservatives. There you go, blah, 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 and that will really like that one. And socialists go down, capitalists go down. We'll do that one. Then you give the speech, takes 12 political capital, and you can see exactly what's happening. So it's sort of polling it. And you can say, yes, people really like that. And then, way, they really like that as well. And it gives you an overall final effect. So this is our speeches. So you can imagine us standing like behind a podium saying, yeah, we should do this and we should do this and definitely don't do this. Although everything I'm saying could be changed tomorrow because I'm a politician. Not cynical, obviously. Socialists gone up and conservatives increase. Environmentalists, capitalists have gone down. We'll continue that one. You've also got very close manifestos. I'm going to end the turn there, and we'll probably get killed. Capitalists plot to kill us. Campaign speeches available. We can do that again. We can also ban animal testing if we want to. We'll just say, whatever, no change for now. And I really want to show the new couple of pieces. I don't think we're going to get back in at all. We can do another speech if we really want to. We'll do another media stunt. We'll say a train with the army, and it didn't work out. Yeah, we're just a flabby guy who can't even jump over one fence rather than the full obstacle course. We'll end the turn. And still capitalist plot to take us out. Car company shuts plant. Unemployment's gone up. GDP's gone up. Crime's gone up. Unemployment's gone up. Law minister has resigned. But we've now got manifesto promises. So, well, actually, we'll just hire someone here. We just need to put them in there. So you've got manifesto stuff now. So, for example, we can say creationism versus evolution. You can say raise by 50%. That's in our next term. So we'll say we'll make that pledge, and then you can see what happens. So religious doesn't like us, but liberals go up. I can say crime. I will promise to cut crime by 50%. And if this doesn't work out, then that will really affect us in the next term. And we'll say police force raised by 50%, and we'll say that one as well. So I'm making loads of pledges, and if I break these, then it's not going to be good. And if I actually click on police force now, I think you can actually see there's our pledge there. So that's what we will do by the time the next term comes around. So it's easy to see which one that is. So how many turns have we got left? 1 turn. So this is our last turn in doing anything. Let's just go to clean energy subsidies, max it out, and then we'll end the turn. So I think that's it. So here we go. We're going to start the count, and we can see that we've ballsed it up. We ballsed it up. Most of them, well, a lot of people not voted. Our opposition's absolutely creamed us, and yeah, we only got half the votes. Great. So actually, if you look at this, put that on top of there, 33%, 48%. Oh yeah, less than half voted for them, for the opposition, in terms of the non-voters and whatever, but yeah, we balls it up. I can totally understand, but every cloud and all that, we didn't get assassinated. That has been Democracy 3, a little bit more showing you electioneering. Now, here's the thing. I do actually think it's a little bit more difficult with this new stuff, but that's not entirely a bad thing. The main issue is that you really have to balance a lot more. You really have to juggle a lot more balls now, and it is more interesting, and I do like this new electioneering stuff. The thing is, it's as I said, it sort of knocked the difficulty up a notch, or at least it feels that way. It does seem to be quite balanced, but I've only put about 1 hour into the new DLC, so take that with a pinch of salt. Helps why I'm enjoying a beverage with this, not doing a full preview. Either way, links in the description so you can check it out yourself. It definitely brings it into more what we have now in real life, which is, you could say that's a good thing, or you could say actually I wanted a more model version of democracy, but that's why you can always go to mods, and then you can actually turn it off if you really want to. So nothing wrong with that, is there? As always, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.